Yeah, so if you go on directly on the YouTube channel to see who's on, and I'll try to. Hey guys, I think so. We are live, which is a very exciting moment, guys. I'm very happy to be here. It's been a super long time. And let's check out who is here. So, long time I haven't talked to a lot of my buddies here. Michael Bowell, hi to you. Super happy to see you. Jose Maria, really long time as well. Thanks for all the awesome questions. Oli Gozar, Multiverse Dragon Ball, that is definitely a cool dude. Crypto Nana, great to have some women. Dave Chapin, great to have you here as well. Fragment Junkie, a real crypto name. Super excited to have Juliana Scout as well. Michelle Grimaldi. Gerard, awesome always, all the time what you're doing. I love how creative you are. Thank you so much for being so awesome. So guys, as you know, yeah, today it's we're here to essentially, go through the ask me anything you want, and the idea, is to update you a bit about what's happening at SwissBorg, and at the same time, spread the vision and hope to meet all your expectancies. We'll be hopefully doing that every 2 months in the mid-month. So the next one will probably be setting up in mid-July, which would be a good date to do it and to give you another update as well. First of all, thank you so much for taking your time for asking all these different questions. Thanking you very much as well to downloading the app and using the community app. I hope you guys really like it. We put a lot of efforts into it. So I hope you're really enjoying it, which is super cool. And by the way, guys, have you checked how cool this is? The SwissBorg thing. Does it look super badass? Yeah, we did this in our company downstairs. Should not say it to everyone, because I don't know if we're allowed or not. But yeah, we did something really cool. You should definitely come check it out. Some of this cool graffiti we're having. So maybe as a first thing, we could talk a little bit about market updates, and within the market updates, essentially, I think so. You've seen recently that since we've essentially launched our app, Bitcoin has doubled, right? Which is quite crazy, right? It's good timing, and yeah, I would say that the good thing about it is that it brings at least a lot of hopes, right? And what is the main reason that drives Bitcoin's pumps and dumps, or volatility in general? And I think so. It could be a lot of different reasons why Bitcoin has different cycles. First of it is investment cycles. Those are like usually the first things that in general make a lot of sense. There's a lot of different cycles that are built, and there's a lot of great presentations that I'll maybe forward in this link where you see the different moments. And after the bubble of 2018, when it burst in January 8th, I think so we got to a cycle where obviously we did that 33x, and then it corrected, corrected within a few short spikes. Within a month or so, already lost 50% of the market, and then slightly went down. And you very often have those bubbles like that, and then essentially goes flat for a little time. There's some bad news, some good news, doesn't go up. And then when there's no more volume and there's not too much things going on, suddenly there's big hopes that comes. Rather it's from news, rather it's from just new people who want to get in. And one of a good theory I've read recently on Seeking Alpha, which is a great source of a lot of traders for stocks, but as well for crypto, was talking about how essentially foreign yuan was converting. So Chinese investors out of China were converting yuan to bitcoins. So that could be one of the theme that why you had this big buyer move. And then obviously there's speculation, and there's great hopes and all that goes it. It's interesting to see that, like for example on Google Trends, you're seeing the more Bitcoin that's going up, more and more common, which makes a lot of sense. Talk about the Bitcoin, which is great, is that, or which is not as great. It's if you compare Bitcoin, what went 100% high, It doubled up since a month and so. We haven't seen that for the altcoins, right? So regarding Ether or regarding Ripple or other the followers, we haven't seen that big rally since maybe since yesterday, last night. There's some good positive signs are going on. I think so. There for Ether, there's definitely a lot of move upside. There's a lot of momentum going on with the fact that it might get to proof of stake by the end of June. So this is something we're looking very carefully at, and I think so. All the altcoins should rally sooner or later. Should rally because it can only go to one extent where Bitcoin is rallying and not the others are rallying, which today is quite crazy because you have 60% of a Bitcoin dominance total of the market. So I think so that will roughly change, which I think so is a good sign. Whatever I'm saying, by the way, it's not investment advice. It's just obviously information that we're providing. Us internally, a lot of people want to know how we actually manage our assets. If you read the last SwissBorg Predictor blog that was done by essentially by the data team, which is doing a great job, this is really how SwissBorg we imagine the future, right? It's not that we wake up every day and we're before sleeping we want to go long or short, or we want to do this risk budget or that risk budget. I think so what is very interesting and what we really want to drive is to have really systematic strategies going forward. And right now we're really working hard on the SwissBorg Predictor. I hope you guys are actually looking at carefully. We'll talk about that right after. And we're as well building other different type of trend following strategies, contrarian strategies, hopefully going forward, some other mean reversion as well. So a great combination of technical analysis on one side and the other side mixing it with machine learning. And this is for us the best way of investment is, picking right themes. And if you want to play the market, time the market in some way, we'll let the algorithms run. And I think so we going forward, we're definitely going to put all our our budget into systematic strategies. Maybe now let's jump into the legal updates. First, let's step back one foot and try to understand how it's getting more and more complicated or sophisticated, at least to manage SwissBorg, right? First, it was a great vision, and then it came into let's say a hybrid DAO, right? We're trying to have these both models, but in order to actually be legit into the financial world, we have to have obviously the right structure for that, and for having that, we have to as well have a lot of different legal entities. So this is just a breakdown of SwissBorg and the different countries that we are right now, and it understands how governance is really one of our paramount, right? We have obviously technology, security, but governance is one of the very important one that today Jeremy Bowman is handling by himself, which is a very true friend and a very smart, talented CFO. And him with great other external partners as well, such as EY and as well HDC, Florian Ducommun, who's a fantastic lawyer, is helping us to really structure the best way, and we work with different counterparties. But this is how to see is that we have SwissBorg SA, which is here in Lausanne, and then we have different entities that belong to SwissBorg, okay? Then this is about the governance side. I know that I'm not going to run into every name and what we're doing, but essentially this is the governance team that's headed by Jeremy, as I said, and we spread it out between the audit team, the human resource team, and the regulatory team. As of today, which is really, really cool, is that we are member affiliated with VQF. VQF was mostly the biggest or the most famous self-regulated organization in Switzerland that enables us to do financial intermediaries and crypto activities and non-crypto activities. So it's a great thing for us. It enables us to do a lot of different businesses. And on the next slide, we'll talk about the other license that we're pursuing, which is that we've been in Malta and we have an entity, as you guys seen just earlier. We've now been in Malta for maybe less than a year, I think so, something like that. Maybe for 8 months or 9 months, maybe. And the reason we moved to Malta first is that we heard about that they were about to create a virtual financial act, right? A virtual financial act, which would be like in some way a MiFID license for the crypto activities. So you'll be able to have an exchange and do a lot of different. You'll be able to do a lot of different activities, which are really great. And for our wealth app, we know definitely needed to get into that. So our first reasons that we set up companies there, and we said, okay, let's go for Malta. And recently, we realized that we are still continuing. So we are one of the rare companies that are in Malta that we have the proprietary license. So the VFA license still has not been finished, but we have the proprietary one, which is the one that will now enables us to do that crypto activities out of Malta, and we're still pursuing it. But as you know, a lot of things move in a very fast way in this crypto environment. Is that we took another approach where we're going to see as well the regulators, SISEC and Cyprus, by the end of this month to meet them and to talk about different licenses that enable us to do great different activities of broker-dealer license or a MiFID license. And we'll keep you tuned in. But we're looking really at Cyprus as one of the great place in Europe to get licenses and then passport and do different activities across Europe. And for this broker-dealer license, will enable us actually to do security tokens. And not that we're going to have them right away in the Wealth app, but as you guys know, we will obviously increase our investment horizon as things go at SwissBorg, and we'll have more and more different diversified themes where we would eventually need these security tokens. So we're going there by the end of the month. I'm very excited to go meet them. And the great thing is that it's not you're only meeting lawyers and very smart people and potential partners and this and that. You're actually meeting the regulators too, which we did as well in Malta, which is a really great thing for us. A little bit about governance. And sorry if you don't see the whole thing. A lot of people are very worried about, the fact that, we've raised 50 million Swiss francs, but back then when Bitcoin was at 20,000, when Ether was at 1,300, now Bitcoin is not even half there. And at the same time, which we mainly raised in Ether, it's still down, roughly, 80, I don't know if 80% or maybe 65% now. I don't know. It's hard to say. The volatility is quite high. But we definitely don't have 50 million. We spend in a very responsible way. We've been developing SwissBorg team in a very great manner. As of today, we're roughly 50 people around the world between our four main locations, especially, which is Switzerland. Lausanne is our number one. We have then Japan, Tokyo. We have a few people there. We have as well Toronto, where we're recruiting, and we have people there. We have as well UK, London, where Alex is over there and other people. And then we have, we're quite spread around. We have different, rather back-end, front-end people. We have content people around, in Poland and a little bit inside of France. And it's quite decentralized, Romania and so over. So what you have to understand is that today, 60% of all our spending is actually going to tech. That's our main reason that we are here, is to create amazing ecosystem out of tech, right? We had the philosophy that was implemented in 2017, and now since 2018 and 2019, we've been concentrating building tech. And this is something that is really, really been the top priority at SwissBorg. And for that, which is really cool, is that our order management system, or actually execution order management system, we have spent at least roughly $6 million into this order management system. And the reason is that because this order execution management system is literally one of the best ones that's in the market, if it's not the best one. And what is it? Think about it like a meta exchange. It enables you to pass different orders and execute these different orders into different crypto exchanges, which is Coinbase, it's HitBTC, it's LMAX, it's Kraken, and we'll be adding more and more Binance as well, obviously. So it's a great way to aggregate the different exchange and at best time get best execution and to find liquidity at, in the best transparent way. And this is, this tech was, it was inspired and the architecture was a lot of help by LMAX, the exchange itself, and a lot of great people that were super proud about it. And this is really one of our great legacy that you will all be able to benefit very soon in the Wealth app. We just talked about this. As well. Now let's talk a little bit about the community app, if you guys don't mind. The community app, the real purpose of it maybe was two ways. It was two different things. One of them was to really spread education, because in order to get to mass adoption to any technology, any philosophy, anything you want, it has to go by education. Everyone heard about 2017 about Bitcoin, but very few people got into it. And the reason is that because, lack of education, lack of user experience and good products, and fear of getting into something too risky, right? And this is exactly what we targeted. We said, okay, how can we give the feeling of someone like trying to drive a race car without actually getting into a race car, right? It's the same thing. How can you play a gamified way of investment where you could actually teach a person to do exactly the same thing without taking any risks? And on top of it, we're giving rewards. This is exactly why we created the community app. It's the best, Bitcoin gateway to learn how people could buy and sell Bitcoin by exposing him to different risk managements, by letting him learn what is, through the daily Bitcoin analysis, how to actually forecast if you want to go up or down, how to then have a great risk budget in terms of point from 500 to 10,000, and to compete with your friends. And this is a very paramount thing. Some people like, well, it's a centralized application and this and that. Yeah, it's a centralized application. It doesn't matter. It is education. As an education platform, you don't need to decentralize everything, right? This is an education platform that enables people to get into crypto, or for more crypto talented people like many of you crypto investors, is to do a step back, say, okay, did I sell everything in 2018? Did I put my risk budget in a smart way? Did I really look into technical analysis in a smart way? Is there somewhere where I could use some swarm intelligence and some collective ideas to enable me to strengthen my trading patterns? Or just easily, am I the best crypto investor in the world? And I think so that was the second number two, which obviously understood, is to really increase our community. More than ever, we need people to embrace blockchain technology and actually to have to accept the fact that centralized governments, centralized financial world is no longer something that is important, that it should be liable. I think so going forward, we really have to remember to empower ourselves through the blockchain technology, to have this ownership and to have a decentralized matter. And by doing that, we strongly hope that from today, which we have 15,000 active users, we grow to hopefully at least 100,000 users by the end of the summer. This is really the reason why we're trying to promote this app as much as possible, because there's zero downtime risk and there's only uptime. There's only rewards. There's zero down risk and only rewards. So this is something really great, and it's even older people, younger people can get into it in a very fun, easy way. And don't need to explain this, but for the sake, as you guys know, the game is quite easy. You have to go up or down. And how do you do that is essentially by forecasting in a smart way. And how do you forecast in a smart way? Well, you listen to the data team. That's maybe one way, right? Where you have general trend, which is a combination of different, macro perspectives that's in. Then you have the community trend that I'll get into a little bit later, which essentially is a consensus of all the people. Then you have, the Cyber Predictor, which is a great article that you should read. It's a combination, I said earlier, about technical analysis and as well self-learning algorithms or machine learning, if you want to call it. Then we have technical analysis that gives you the different channels. And look, this is quite amazing. The Cyber Predictor has been right 67% of the time. This is not going to happen all the time, okay? This being like a very, big trend that happened. And in these big trends, trend following strategy, machine learning, most of the time get the signal quite right until there's a reversal. It will wait a bit. It'll be wrong, and then it'll go down into reversal. So these upwards and downwards trends, usually the Cyber Predictor is going to do very well. In those channel ones, which are like that, we'll see how it goes, but it won't probably not be at 67% or 70%, whatever it is, because that is crazy. I mean, that's like not normal. But that is the purpose, guys. It's again to teach and to grow the community, and please make sure that you are being on top of that competition. Or right now, people are getting roughly $1,000, a little bit less, which that's super cool, right? And there's obviously all the badges to collect, which has a total of 1,750 CHSB to earn on top of that. Now let's talk about has this worked well? So we have, as roughly 15,000 people that are. We had over 180,000 forecasts already, which is quite crazy. We have 18 Hall of Famers, which that's really cool. And yesterday we had 5,000 forecasts within the day because you have a lot of people picking up, which is really great. So for Hall of Famers, I'm not a Hall of Famer, by the way. And it's not because I didn't get my referrals. It's that I'm not predicting every day. It's not because I'm not on the app every day. It's just that when I don't feel very confident about predicting, I usually don't go in. So I didn't have the 25 right so far. So that's very important to see that we all have different patterns of investment and trading, and different people have it. But like to predict maybe every day. A lot of people like to do it every minute. Yeah, that's how it is. So 18 Hall of Famers, which is really, really good. And I think so. The thing which we're the most proud of SwissBorg, and thank you for the great ratings, is the ratings itself. A lot of community members obviously have rated very well, but a lot of people we never heard about as well gave us great ratings around the world. There's over 89 countries that people are using the app, which is super cool. And we're seeing recently, actually, Latin America has been growing since last week, a little bit Vietnam as well. So shout out for those guys. And thanks for downloading it. So this is really cool. As you guys know, it's available in a lot of different countries around the world. There's some countries you can't do it. That's how it is. But yeah, we hope that this will grow as much as possible. And we really want you to help us with doing that, which will be cool. And be an awesome Bitcoin investor. Questions. So Victor, thank you so much about the questions that you asked. Additional features for the community app, for sure. We're gonna have a lot of features that will be developed, but not right now. We'll have bugs and things and small minor changes that will be added and taken off as well. But we're not going to focus too much on the community app in terms of features right now. The reason is that the more we focus on the community app, the more we delay the wealth app. And obviously, you guys want the wealth app. So we can't develop too many of it. There's so many cool ideas. And guys, please, again, send all your different ideas that you want directly to me, whoever you want. We're super happy always to read those ones. But yeah, going forward, there's no way this is not going to take off even more. And, one of them that we don't talk so often is the swarm intelligence. So what we would love to do going forward is that we would like, within the community trend, right, we're going to try to pick the best forecasters, the one who have the most highly successful, trading patterns, just saying up or down. And based on that, we're then going to create a swarm index of how people could actually forecast on a daily basis, see it, in live, and that could actually create a portfolio that is going up Bitcoin, down Bitcoin, maybe 60% up, maybe 30% down, and really try to create this amazing indice that will be the first swarm intelligence indice in the entire world. And that's exactly what SwissBorg we're about, is obviously creating a new ecosystem that is fair, that is ethical, that is transparent, that is owned by its community, and that it's something where swarm intelligence is put at front. And that's a second great way to get into it. I might answer another question of someone else, but things about the referendums. That will be most probably something that we'll put in the community app. One side you'll have the wealth app, which for investments. The other way you'll have, really the community side where we'll have these referendums on it, and both links will be connected, like Facebook and Facebook Messenger. You can have like two apps that are in the background, and they're both linked. And the community. So I would really like to see, obviously, the referendum taking place and that. And we'll most probably have a lot of cool things going forward. There's no doubt. But first thing first, prioritization. So we have to get to the wealth app to release it, hopefully by fall of this year. What about Japanese investors? Satoshi. Yes, Satoshi, thank you so much for that question. I hope you're well. So I know that a lot of Japanese investors are a little bit sad the fact that, we haven't been able to two things. Translate it, second, give rewards. The first thing comes from where, again, we need to create the wealth app. And if we're focusing on creating new servers and distributing different servers and then translating it, making sure that, it works well, is going to essentially bring our wealth app to be delayed for an extra month or more. So again, it's not our priority number one. We have to focus on the wealth app, which is our priority. As soon as the wealth app is released, we will be doing for sure a different Japanese version of it. We'll be doing as well, most probably Chinese, a Korean one, and we'll be translating into different languages. And we'll have like special competition for Japanese, for Koreans, and we'll make sure that you guys are super rewarded and the way you could be rewarded. Right now with MFSA in Japan, it's still hard to reward people. So we're still working out ways with lawyers to make sure that if we do this, we are allowed to reward you in different tokens. Would it be better system to only count referrals as a valid one if entered this trade last week or was provided last week? I didn't really get this question. I don't know if wouldn't it have been better system to only count a referral as a valid one if the user had a strike? Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that would have been much better. That's for sure. There's some scammers. Not scammers, but let's put it the other way. There's some people that make up virtual friends do not exist. Let's put it that way, right? These people will obviously cut them out. We've detected a lot of them. We have a great system, a great data team, again, and these people will not be counted and they won't have rewards. We're still looking sure to make the patterns do exist, and we'll take them out. But you do stress out a very important point. If you're asking your grandma or grandfather to download the app, I think so. It's super cool. But what you want is to refer people where you explain them, what it's about and how they could enlarge the thing, right? It's all about, again, this swarm intelligence and how this exponential swarm intelligence could just grow and grow and grow and grow. And why you want to do that? Because, the price pool will just grow as well. Each time we're adding one person to the price pool, it is $1 extra in Bitcoin that will be shared. So, I think so the best, and we will probably look into how we could really refer people, because we already looked at it within the team, where essentially maybe someone referred only like 5 or 10 people, but between those 10 people, maybe there's like 4 of them that referred so many others, and it really grow a massive, nice a family tree. And I think so that we should definitely reward for sure. Marketing and PR. Was there questions here? Maybe there's questions. Let's go for it. So as you guys know, we've been doing vlogs. For a certain time, and these vlogs are quite cool. I think so. I think so. You're really enjoying it. My side, I just started this maybe 2 months ago. We already had 3 logs. We're going to be preparing the Bitcoin one, most probably for next week or so. It's going to talk about Bitcoin in general, the history of Bitcoin. We're going to be talking about vlogs as well. I mean, about Forex, sorry, as well, and different things. So, whenever we're doing it, please comment, share. If there's topics that you want to hear, just say, Cyrus, okay, this is great, but I want you to talk about this and that. And we'll make up with the research team. We'll gather the data and we'll make sure we talk about it. And the main reason is to focus on give different stats, give the philosophy, to break down the philosophy, talk what's the future of it, and how SwissBorg is implicated into this different things. And I enjoy it a lot. It takes some time of us, but it's great. If you're not subscribed on our YouTube channel, please do that and share it with your friends. Kryptonite, Alex, my dear brother, has been doing something really cool, really different from what we see. Not only inviting the best guests and having great content, but as well amazing quality of videos that are done with an amazing team in London. This show is just going to be growing. As you guys know, it's the second one. It just was released 2 days ago. There's over a lot of 1,000 hits. A lot of different influencers like Ivan or The Moon or different guys gave us a thumbs up, which shows that Alex is doing the right path. And again, this Kryptonite is sharing vision, making something for the community, by the community, same background, same mentality, creating different partnerships, making sure we're interviewing the right people who could give you another version about what's happening in the crypto markets, and a way to create partnerships with a lot of smart minds. So we need those smart minds. So I think so. That's really cool. Scammers, watch out. So yeah, that happens all the time. Scammers, Twitter scatters from now on Facebook. They're even tagging my mom, which is not cool. Don't touch my mom. And the thing is that will go on. I hope you don't fall into it. Please don't. Anyways, in any sense, as I said on the last video, which I think we shot last week, is that we're never going to ask you anything important through social media. It's never going to happen. And it's not going to happen through our website either. It's always going to happen through the apps. So in any case, never give your passwords to dodgy things. If you think it's SwissBorg, then just start to do a little bit of due diligence and see if it is or not. Don't be paranoid either, but there's a fine middle between the two. So guys, please don't fall into it. And dear scammers, seriously, if you are smart enough to do something great, it's just get into the app, be great in the community app, and do a lot of referrals and win the competition. Okay, you can make something good out of this instead of scamming people. Bad boys. Events, blockchain on chain, still rocking the world. We had a great event with SwissBorg campus. I think so. That was last 2 weeks ago in Tokyo. It was really cool. University of Tokyo. Tomorrow we're going to Zurich, which is really cool. It's going to be with Disruption Disciples, guys from PwC. Gwenter, shout out, a great, smart guy. We love him very much. And we're talking about the future of digital assets and different things. We'll have very soon EHL, so in Lausanne, there'll be something on blockchain, and Jean-Paul, which was our former intern, is organizing it, so we're going to take part, obviously, because we love him. And then we're going to have a meetup as well on the 29th, and we're talking about a lot of different things, products, scalable products within the blockchain, what's our favorite things going on, and we're going to have, different, a beer garden meetup. So anyone in Switzerland, please come. It will be really cool. You'll check out our big terrace as well, which is a really good place to sometimes relax when we work so hard. CHSB token, not doing as good as we wanted, but that's all the altcoins that are not performing as we want. The community app did not have so much, let's say, it has so much implication. It brought a lot of new volume, which that's really cool. We're having now 6 digits numbers on our volume, and this is real volume, by the way. We never faked our volume. Okay, we don't try to do like other people and say, oh, we're market makers. we'll just buy and sell between ourselves. There's no sense about that. It maybe brings in more people, but we don't need that. We need to build, and as soon as we have more utilities to our token, then volume will come, and that will come by when we have our wealth app, because the next main utility will enable people to reduce transaction costs on our wealth app, and by holding and by staking different CHSB, essentially you will have that, and then we'll start to include as well the burn back mechanism, which is that a lot of our revenues will be for buying back CHSB on the market and then burning them. So what does that do is that you'll have an increase of demand while reducing the supply. And you don't need to be an economist to understand what that happens. All right, so hopefully by the end of the year, things will get much brighter, much greener as we believe in, and it'll be the time where our CHSB token will thrive. Last night, 70% turnaround of the price. What Whiston, who is selling and why? I don't know, but don't sell it. Buy. Hard to say. There's bigger volume. We did inspect some wallets. We looked into it. It's very hard to say who's selling. The good thing is that there's volume. That means there's activity, which is good. But we don't know any whales that much that want to sell our tokens. So it's hard to say. If it's some Japanese that are not happy about the fact we don't have a Japanese version of the app, sorry about that. But that's no good reason to sell for sure. You should do that. Hiring updates. As you guys know, we are constantly at a responsible pace trying to bring in the smartest people internally. That's what we're always doing. And right now in Lausanne, we have 2 different jobs that are regarding essentially marketing. We're looking for a senior digital marketer. The job would be really to help us govern the team. Will be someone that has a very good background in data and is really into ROI, but as well has some artistic way of doing cool stuff that we haven't seen for growth hacking. We need as well an artist that could do a lot of visual effects, animation, could help us and maybe do some videos time to time as well, which would be cool, and taking care as well of our website, which is a fantastic job. But Jacques, which is our head of design and as well our product owner of our wealth app and our community, has way too many things to do right now. So he would like to have some help. In London, we're looking for assistants for Alex, the head of communication, and we're looking for a business developer as well. In Toronto, we're looking for a Scala chick, or it could be a Scala dude. And we're still looking for a remote person that could be, iOS. I think so it's iOS front end guy, or if it's maybe Android, not too sure. One or the other. Now let's dig into some questions that I was maybe not able to solve while I was talking to you guys. Let's talking about finance. Are you developing products with the money? So blockchain on chain, we didn't really make money. Again, that was we were like break even or slightly on most events. So it's never something that we made money. It's sort of something we're trying to educate and have a way to educate, promote, and lobby and find partnerships for different things. So that's how we capitalize on it. So we're using the ICO money essentially. We haven't done any we haven't raised any capital for our within our limited company, and that's something we don't want to do because we want to make sure that our token holders, our CHB token holders, always put at front, and all the wealth is distributed into the token and not into external investors that will go into limited company. So we're still right now very happy. Our burn rate it does vary, it does change a bit. We have right now a little bit close to 17 million in capital, which is great. If we didn't, if we kept everything as it was and we weren't smart, we would have burned out of capital like most ICOs since. So we're quite proud about this. This is great. Hopefully Ether, which we mainly have, will skyrocket, go up back to 1,000, and we'll have much more capital in that. We're very confident that the wealth app in fall will come. We have projection of revenues that are quite awesome, but for that, for sure, we need the community app to be successful, to bring in more and more users and community members to the Wealth app. But we're very confident that, yes, we are spending money. But again, why wouldn't you spend money if you raised money, right? That's the stupidest thing. When people say, yeah, you're just a burn machine. Yeah, we are spending money in a very smart way for making sure we're building the best tech, promoting it in the best fashion, and making sure that our community is happy and is growing. And that's what we'll always be doing. If we have cash, we're spending it. But I'm still living with Anthony. Our salaries at SwissBorg are not very high. And going forward, we'll be introducing a DEO 2.0 model where we're going to have more and more. We're going to actually hire a lot of people, but through different small projects that we will reward and such as Betokens like that. It'll be a great way to increase our community, and at the same time a good way to control our capital too. Wealth app progress. So it is doing very well, and we are super. I'm super proud of what Nicolas bring to the table. He's been here for only like freaking 14 months or 15 months, and he has recruited team over 15 or maybe more. I don't know. Maybe it's like 18, maybe 20, 20. Maybe 20 people that are super smart, from security to back end to infrastructure. To front-end designers, to front-end designers, to developers. That's what thing. Front-end developers, to great UI UX guys. We really now have a fantastic team where essentially most of the whole work it's all done internally. And to recruit that all-star team, it was super difficult. But now that we have it, we're capitalizing it. We are developing all the different models, which is from the fiat gateway with all different relationships with banks and having virtual bank accounts and this and that, to having the custody of fiat and custody of crypto. That we're externalizing that part, but we're looking very carefully to have a long-term relationship with those parties. As well, having the best execution order management system that's pretty much ready. Obviously, there's always features that we're adding. It's never ready itself, but it's already working. Then we are making sure that we have robustness and scalability of all the app and not it's crashing. And with that, we have a fantastic front end guys that are doing great work. So we're doing very well for that. We're building different indices as well, and making how we could stream that, and having the best reporting system to make sure transparency is paramount. So we're doing very well, and we can't give a date because if not, people will be upset. But we hopefully have this in fall, and the first way will be to be able to deposit fiat, and yes, Swiss francs will be there. Yes, GBP will be there. Yes, Euro will be there. Those three are the three ones we're targeting, and hopefully then we'll be adding more and more different fiat currencies, and then we'll be simply able to buy most probably the main cryptos, and we'll be adding more and more features. And this is super hard, guys. You don't realize Coinbase we're like 2,000 employees in the world. Okay, we're just 50. So it's really hard, and we are doing very good, progress on it. And I'm super proud of everyone I'm working at SwissBorg, from the tech team or from the marketing team or for overall everyone. And I know for the community, a lot of people, want this to go faster. But hey, it's me too. I'd like to have it faster, But that's how things, we haven't built Rome in 3 days or 1 day. I forgot how that expression is, but that's how it is. Referendums, yeah. So that's something that I personally really want, but we're gonna have to wait on that one. The reason is that there's too many things done. We have to create a naughty sham when we're doing this, so there's some back end and this and that. And again, it wouldn't take so long. Okay, it would maybe take like 2 weeks of work, maybe 3 weeks of work for two different our back end guys to work on Solidity and create that node and all that. But let's concentrate on the wealth app, okay? These guys are squeezed like lemons. They've been working super hard. We all have eye bags that are quite big. and we need to release that. We don't want to disappoint you on that. So as soon as that is done, then we'll be adding referendums and different things. So keep tuned in, and again, apologize that we haven't been able to deliver the amount of referendums that we wanted, but again, priority. How is SwissBorg want to save retail investors against large-scale networks attack? Having the best fucking security team, probably. There is no way to say how we will do it. Because if not, it will be an easy way to hack. We're trying to do our best. We will do our best. So far, no one has ever been able to even intimidate us on that front. A lot of people tried to do that during the ICO. No one got hacked. Our servers never got hacked. We're working with a fantastic team, and we will be building more and more of that security team. So we're quite confident that here in Switzerland, we know how to do things very well, and we'll continue to do it as it is and improve more and more. So we have different protocols that we respect. Again, I'm not going to get into this question too much because first, I'm not aware of all of it, which makes sense. Second is that it wouldn't make so much sense. edX partnerships, apologies guys, they haven't done their SEO. There was great interest from a lot of different parties, but this still hasn't took place. So there's no distribution of tokens so far. Hopefully there will be some. We'll keep you tuned in, and apologies for not making it so far. What do you think about IoT concept, and how would SwissBorg take profit from it? Big fan of IoT. I mean, if you guys could check this out, we don't work with them. This is my personal thing. It was a crowdfunding project as well. It's called, I forgot the name of it. It is called, I don't know, shoot. But what I think about IoT is that IoT kicks ass. I mean, IoT is going to be for sure a way to have, secure your private keys. It'll be a fun way to get into your different, wallets, and I believe, very strongly that, sooner or later this will be linked to blockchain. There's already things that are linked to blockchain, and right now it's very hard for us to look at in a few years what's going to happen. But we know that IoT, with AI and blockchain is the best combination. Where I see that, Web 1.0, 2.0 was the way where you read things and you can exchange and communicate. Then the backend for every transaction was done will be recorded on the blockchain. Those reactions that are connected on the transactions that are on the blockchain will be done through essentially IoT that could register that. IOTA is obviously working hard on that, but we have here, and we have there. We have as well different companies here, and Zurich is already doing that, which is really cool. And the last thing will be AI that will essentially put silos of different data, clean those different data, and then you'll be able to have those 4 different structure that'll be able to be the future. So IoT is very big, and we still don't have something that is planned on it, but we would like to do that as soon as we could get into maybe payments and different other things. This, by the way, is Oura Ring. It enables you to track all your activity for sleeping, your heart your heart beats, your body temperature as well, and all activity. So it looks at different patterns, enables you to look what you're doing in the past and how you could get better sleep, better activity, better health, and all of that. So this is a great way to think how the future will be. Is there any more questions? I think so. We're pretty much it. This was really fun, guys. Let's see if there's any questions that that are here. Hey, Sissy, thank you, beautiful. Alguém do Brasil, Marcos Souza. Tudo bem. OMS will access to Coinbase and Binance soon. Did I hear well? Yes, Simon, that's exactly it. So within our Wealth app, we're going to be providing you at best time, best execution to the best exchanges that we have whitelisted through a lot of due diligence process. That is essentially 6 different things that we see. Look at financials, volume, Then we look at technology, roadmap, founders, and licenses. And for that, we now we've connected Binance, as I said earlier, Kraken, LMAX, hit BTC because we needed CHSB token. And what is the fifth one? I don't know. Binance, no, I don't know. I maybe missed one. Virginie, hey Penny, Jan, what's your referral code? What is my referral code? That's the easy one. I think so. It is QEGEOMQ, if I remember well. That's how much I'm always talking about it. I don't have Cyrus referral. Okay, that was someone else, but that's me. I just put it. Maybe I try to use mine. Yeah, again, guys, please spread that QR code as much as possible. Tomorrow will be in Zurich, which is gonna be really cool. And whoever wants a free one of these hoodies or a T-shirt, just please let us know in the comments in the top chat, and for sure we will give you and send it. Yeah, so you just maybe pin it there, and then we'll try to contact you directly and send you like a free T-shirt or a free hoodie, and we'll have some very cool caps as well. Guys, it's been a great pleasure. I hope you really enjoyed this. This was a little short of 1 hour. If there's any other questions, please keep it for the next session in 2 months from now. Hopefully, this will be in the same format in a cool way. As you guys know, I really want to share. I really want to share my best regards to all of you. You've been really helping us so much since the beginning of all, and it does mean a lot for myself, for SwissBorg in general, that you guys are backing us. It's been hard moments on the crypto side for the last 9 months, but more and more we're very confident that the future is bright. We're gonna get to mass adoption. We will very soon release our wealth app. We'll very soon be able to rock the world, and it's thanks to you guys. It's really it's a blessing. Every day I wake up and see a lot of CHSB or our logo everywhere in my room, and I think that all of this is thanks to you guys, and I'm really, really grateful for that. And we will always do all our means in order to please you and to create this new financial ecosystem that we all believe in. And for that, on a cool note, as soon as we have time with Anthony and other people, we will try to revise a bit our not a roadmap. Roadmap's pretty much sticked, but our white paper. Because we think the white paper should change, not change, but change slightly. And we'll share it for sure. And again, Zurich tomorrow, Lausanne on the 29th. So guys, send my love to all of you guys. As you guys know, my name is Cyrus. I'm your proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, here to serve you. And let's keep tuned in. And thank you so much, guys. Take care. Bye.